This is Sindhu Sarkar, our English teacher, English version senior section, Milestone School and College. Welcome you all to our online class. I hope you all are fine. Dear learners, for the unwanted situation, you are doing all the classes sitting at home. I hope you all are taking part in all the classes properly. Dear learners, as usually I am going to conduct another video class with you, and I hope you will pay attention right from the beginning. So, at first, I am going to ask you some questions from the previous lesson. Okay, dear learners, here I have given some questions from the previous lesson. So, first one is the word gifted means. Here are the options: blessed, put, gained, and taken. Okay, then B, the word remote means. You are also getting options here, that is far, distant, device, and village. Okay. Then C, the word memory means old things, recollection, set or put. Then the word grief means the options are happiness, unhappiness, pain and sufferings. So I think you will be able to write down the answers. Okay. So here the answer of the first question, what will be? Yes, it will be blessed. Then number B, the word remote means. What will be the answer? Yes, it will be distant. Very good. Now, the word memory means. Can you remember the answer? Yes, memory means recollection. Then, the word grief means. What will be the answer? Yes, it will be unhappiness. Okay, so I think all of you have written the correct answers. Okay, dear learners, now we are going to start our today's lesson. Okay, dear learners, today we will learn future tense and right form of verbs. So at first we are going to learn future tense. So we will learn with the structures. At the same time we will give examples. I think you will be able to learn it properly. Okay, then so future tense, so first one is future indefinite. Future indefinite. Here is the structure. Subject plus shall or will, then base form of the main verb, that is V1, and then object or extension. Okay, so now look at the example. Here is the example. I shall help you. Okay, then number 2, future continuous tense. What is the structure? Here is the structure. Subject plus shall be or will be, then you have to add ing with the main verb. Okay, so verb plus ing, then object or extension. Okay, so now look at the example, it will be more clear to you. Here we will be playing cricket. So this is the example of future continuous tense. Okay, in case of all continuous tense, you know that verb will be used with the ing. I mean, you have to add ing with the main verb in case of all continuous tense. Okay, so now we are going to learn now future perfect tense. So here future perfect tense, look at the structure. Subject plus shall have or will have plus past participle form of the main verb or V3 you may say, then object or extension. Okay, so now look at the example, then it will be clear. Okay, so here is the example. They will have completed the work. This is the example of future perfect tense. Okay, here according to the structure, subject, then shall have or will have, then V3 of the main verb, here completed, then object. Okay, now number 4, future perfect continuous tense. Future perfect continuous tense. Okay, so look at the structure first. Here structure. Subject plus shall have been or will have been, shall have been or will have been, then verb plus ing, then object or extension. Object or extension. Okay, so this is the structure of future perfect tense. Subject plus shall have been or will have been, then you have to add ing with the main verb, then object or extension. So now look at the example, it will be clear to you if you go through the example. That is, here we shall have been playing cricket. We shall have been playing cricket. Okay, so this is the example of future perfect continuous tense. I think all of you have understood the structure, at the same time you have got the example, so I think it is clear to you. Dear learners, here I have given some sentences. You know, we have already practiced future tense. I mean, future indefinite tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. Okay, so here I have given some sentences. Okay, you have to understand at first what type of tense. I mean, is it future indefinite tense, or is it future continuous tense, or is it future perfect tense, or is it future perfect continuous tense? Then you will be able to transform it into another sentences. I mean, then you will be able to understand it. Okay, how? Here, affirmative sentence. You know, we have given all the examples from the affirmative sentence. So here I have given the examples from affirmative sentence, negative sentence, or interrogative sentence, or negative interrogative sentence. Okay, so here first one, Ravi will play. Can you remember the tense of this sentence? Yes, this is future indefinite tense, and the negative sentence will be Ravi will not play. Okay, then interrogative sentence will be will Ravi play? So interrogative sentence will be will Ravi play? Then negative sentence, I mean negative interrogative sentence will be will Ravi not play? Yes. So here you have got the idea, I think. Now I will be playing. In the affirmative sentence, I will be playing. Can you guess the tense of this sentence? Yes, this is future continuous tense. Very good. So now look at the negative sentence. The negative sentence will be I will not be playing. Okay. Now look at the interrogative sentence. Shall I be playing? Then negative interrogative sentence. Here, shall I not be playing? Okay. So I think if you know these rules, I mean, if you can transform affirmative to negative and interrogative and at the same time negative interrogative, then you will be able to write so many sentences. Okay. And you will learn so many structures if you can transform it into another sentence. If you can transform it into another sentences. Okay. Now here affirmative sentence, she will have played. Can you guess the tense of this sentence? Yes, this is future perfect tense. So what will be the negative sentence? So what will be the negative sentence? Yes, she will not have played. Very good. Now interrogative sentence, will she have played? Yes, will she have played? Now what will be the negative interrogative sentence? Will she not have played? Okay. So all of you write it down in your CW copy. Okay. I think all of you are doing it. I mean, all of you are writing it properly. Okay. Now here, Raj will have been playing for 1 hour. This is the affirmative sentence. Now, can you guess the tense of this sentence? Yes, this is future perfect continuous tense. Okay. And the negative sentence will be Raj will not have been playing for 1 hour. Raj will not have been playing for 1 hour. Okay. So now look at the interrogative sentence. You know, in case of interrogative sentence, if you put the be verb ahead of the subject, then it will be interrogative sentence. Or in case of present indefinite tense, you know, or first indefinite tense, sometimes you are not getting be verb. In that case, you have to use do, does, or did. But if you get be verbs in a sentence, in that case, if you put the be verb ahead of the subject, it will be interrogative sentence. So by the same process here, we are getting will Raj have been playing for 1 hour. Then negative interrogative sentence will be will Raj not have been playing for 1 hour. Okay. So I think all of you are understanding the fact. Okay. Here. Now, dear learners. Okay, dear learners. Now we are going to practice some tenses here. First one, they completed the work. Make it future perfect tense. Can you do that? Yes, according to the structure, you have to solve it. Okay. So here, they will have completed the work. You know, according to the structure, after subject, you have to use will have or shall have. Then you have to use the V3. I mean, past participle form of the verb. That's why. That's why it is completed. Okay. I mean V3. Okay. Now, next question for you. When does it happen? You have to make it future indefinite tense. So, what will be the answer? Yes. In case of interrogative sentence, I have told you earlier that in case of interrogative sentence, you have to put the be verb ahead of the subject. Okay, dear learners. Now, next question for you. We solve the problem. You have to make it future continuous tense. Can you make that? Yes. What will be the answer? You know, in case of future continuous tense, we have to use after the subject shall be or will be, then you have to add the ing with the main verb. Okay, so what will be the answer? Yes, we will be solving the problem. We will be solving the problem. Okay, dear learners, now next question for you. Here, He was reading a book. You have to make it future indefinite tense. Can you make that? I think you will be able to change it into future indefinite tense. So what it will be? Yes, he will read a book. He will read a book. Okay, now next question for you. Now next question for you. Here, they play well. So you have to make it future continuous tense, as you are going to make it future perfect continuous tense. So number 5, they play well. You have to make it future perfect continuous tense. So in case of future perfect continuous tense, you know the structure. After subject, you have to use shall have been, will have been. Then you have to add ing with the main verb. Okay. Then object or extension. So here, look at the answer. Here, here is the answer. They will have been playing well. Okay. Dear learners, now next question for you. Here, I have seen a bird. You have to make it future perfect. So you know the structure future perfect. After subject you have to use shall have or will have. Then you have to use V3 or first participle form of the main verb. Okay. So here is the answer. I shall have seen a bird. Okay. Dear learners, now next question for you. Number 7. You are active. You have to make it future perfect. So you know the structure of the structure we have told you earlier. Future perfect tense. In case of future perfect tense, you have to use shall have or will have after subject, then past participle form of the main verb. Okay, then object or extension. So here is the answer. You will have been active. You know the V3 of R amiser is been here. So that's why after will have or shall have, here will have, so you have to use V3 of the verb. Here main verb is are, so its V3 is been. So it will be you will have been active. Okay. Now next one, we are helping them. So here we are helping them, make it future perfect continuous tense. So in case of future perfect continuous tense, we know the structure. What is the structure? After subject, we have to use shall have been or will have been. Then we have to add ing with the main verb, then object or extension. So here is the answer for you. We shall have been playing them. We shall have been helping them. So what is the answer? We shall have been helping them. I think all of you have understood it. Okay. So you have to practice it in this way. Dear learners, I think all of you have done well. Right form of verbs, we have already told that we will learn today tenses and future tense actually, and right form of verbs, rule 11 to 20. So here, rule number 11, first one. So before going to the rule, we have to know the definition or is right form of verb. Okay. The right form of verbs is the verbs that appear differently in a sentence on the basis of their subjects. Okay, that means subject verb agreement, tenses, moods, voices, different structures, models, etc. Okay, so I think you have understood. Now, rule number 11 for you here. For collective noun, verb will be singular. For collective noun, verb will be singular if it means united, but verb will be plural for different entity opinions. So I think you have understood. For collective noun, verb will be singular if it means united, but verb will be plural for different entity or opinions. So in case of different opinions, a verb will be plural, but if it indicates collective noun, in that case verb will be singular. Okay, look at the example, then it will be clear. The committee be divided in their decisions. Okay, or there may be in their opinions. So here they are divided, so verb will be here plural. here are or where you can use. Then another example, the committee be united in their works. So they are united, so there will be singular verb. Here is the answer for you. Yes, is or was. I think you have understood. Now, rule number 12. Some nouns such as news, wages, politics, civics, statistics, mathematics, etc. indicate singular verb. So if you get this type of nouns, okay, as a subject, then you have to use singular verb. Okay, here look at the example. Politics be his favorite subject. So it will be singular verb here. So this is the answer is. Now, dear learners, rule number 13. Some nouns such as people, police, dozen, cattle, hog, poultry, etc. indicates plural verb. Okay. So here look at the example. Two people be present in the meeting. Here, what will be the answer? Are or were. Okay. So it will be are or were. I think you have understood. Now, dear learners, rule number 14 for you. 1/3, 1/4 will take singular verb for object but plural verb for persons. 1/3, 1/4 will take singular verb for object but plural verb for persons. Okay. So if it indicates person, in that case it will take plural verb, or if it indicates object, in that case it will take singular verb. Okay. So I think you have understood. Now look at the example, then it will be more clear to you. Okay. Here, 1/3 of the work. Here, it indicates object. So what will be the answer? Is. Yes, is or was. Okay. Singular verb you can use. Okay. Now here another example. 2/3 of the players be present. We have already learned in the rule that 1/3, 1/4 will take singular verb for object, but if it indicates persons, in that case we have to use plural verb. So here verbs will be plural. I mean here are or were. This is the answer. Okay. Now dear learners, rule number 15. For not only but also, verb will be followed according to the last subject. In case of not only or but also, you have to use the verb according to the last subject. Okay. So I think this is very much clear to you. Okay, here look at the example. Not only Ruma but also her friends. So here last subject, her friends. Okay. So you have to use the verb according to that. So what will be the answer? Yes, have come. Not only Ruma but also her friends have come. You cannot use here has. Okay, dear learners. Now here another one for you. Not only Ruma but also Rita too have come. So what will be the answer? I have told you earlier, according to the rule, you have to use the verb according to the last subject. According to the last subject. Okay, so here last subject means Rita. So here answer will be has. Very good. I think you have understood. Okay, now dear learners, rule number 16 here and then 17. To indicate distance, singular verb is used. To indicate distance, singular verb will be used. Here 12 miles. 12 miles be a long distance. Here is the answer also. So if to indicate distance, singular verb will be used. So here answer will be is. 12 miles is a long distance. Okay. Now rule number 17 here. In case of there, singular or plural verb can be used based on following number or subjects. Okay. So here look at the example. There be a cow in the field. So here you are getting a cow. So it means that it will take singular verb. Okay. After there, if you get plural nouns, in that case, it will take plural verbs, or if you get singular noun, then it will take singular verb. Okay. So here, first one, there be a cow. So it will be there is a cow in the field. Okay. Now there be 5 goats in the field. So after there, you are getting here plural nouns. Okay. So it will be are. There are 5 goats in the field. I think you have understood. Now 18 and 19. Here rule number 18, every day, always, seldom, never, sometimes, often, daily. It indicates present indefinite tense. If you get this type of words in a sentence, it indicates present indefinite tense. Okay. So here look at the example. He always go to market. So what will be the answer? Goes. Yes. It indicates future indefinite tense, so it will be goes. Answer will be goes. Now rule number 19, for universal truth, present indefinite tense is used. So in case of universal truth or habitual fact, we generally use. So in case of universal truth, we use present indefinite tense. So here the sky be blue. This is universal truth, so it will be is. The sky is blue. Okay, now next rule number 20. Cannot help, cannot bear, get used to, with plus gerund, by plus gerund, with a view to, look forward to, would you mind, addicted to, devoted to. If you get, then verb 1 plus ing. I mean present form of the main verb or base form of the main verb, then plus ing. You have to add ing with the verb. Okay. So here I go to school with a view to learning something. It will be learning with a view to. You have got here with a view to. So you have to add ing with the main verb. Okay. Then would you mind have a cup of tea? So what will be the answer? Having. Because after would you mind, you are getting here another verb, so you have to add ing. Okay. So dear learners, I think all of you have understood the rules. Okay. Now we are going for in the feedback session. Okay, dear learners. Now in the feedback session, I will give you some questions here. She looks forward to go to market every day. Here you are getting go within the bracket. So what will be the answer? Can you guess? Yes, it will be going. Now next question for you. You, he and I be the student of the same class. Can you remember the answer? Yes, it will be are. Okay. It will be are or were. Now next one for you. Civics be my optional subject. What will be the answer? Yes, it will be is or was. Okay, very good. Now, next question for you. He always do his works. He always do this work. So what will be the answer? You are getting here always. It indicates present indefinite tense. So what will be the answer? Yes, very good. It will be does. Okay, so dear learners, I think all of you have understood. Now we are going for the homework. As we have learned so many things today, now this is the time to give you the homework. Okay, dear students. Okay, dear learners, I think all of you have done well in the feedback session and you have taken part the classes properly. Okay, dear learners, this is the homework for you. Write it down. I think all of you have written the homework. So I think all of you have collected all the informations from this class. Okay, So see you again. Thank you all.